Good morning, friends. I am Teddy Hicks, and I'm reading you an affirmation from my book, My Life Gets Better Every Day. Today's April 25th, 2026, and our affirmation is, it's 4/25/26. That's fun. Okay, our affirmation is, I do what feels right. We humans spend a lot of time in our heads trying to figure things out, but sometimes the guidance we need isn't grounded in thought or logic. Sometimes it comes from our soul. If you feel drawn to something, acknowledge the intuitive nudge pushing you in that direction. The more you trust that gut feeling, the clearer those spiritual messages will become. Our brains are super useful and powerful and help us with a lot of stuff. But don't let that big brain talk you out of something that your gut is giving you a clear message about. The universe, or God, goddess, spirit, or your higher self, however you think of it, guides us in many different ways, and our analytical brain doesn't always get the memo. It's okay to follow the guidance from your heart, even if your brain is a little fuzzy on the details. This is such a liberating one for me because I remember when I first started to learn this and really play with this idea, it was such a relief that I didn't have to be in charge of everything, right? I didn't have to figure everything out. I didn't always have to come up with the answers myself, and I could really trust these instincts that I had, even if my brain didn't get on board with it, right? Like, even if my brain was like, what? That makes no sense at all. I could still do it if it felt right to me. And it's such a relief. It's so liberating, right? You can just do these things without needing to make a freaking business plan about it, you know? Like, you don't need to convince anyone that it's the right move or have all the steps in place or be able to see the entire path or know exactly how it's going to go. You can just move through your life kind of trusting yourself, trusting the universe, just having this deep kind of like peaceful faith that everything's going to work out. And it also led to this second like tangential realization for me that there are no wrong moves. There's just different outcomes, right? There's different consequences of the decisions that you make. But it's not like there's something that you're supposed to be doing, and if you don't take the next right step, you've failed, you've screwed up. So it's just so relaxing for me to think about living your life that way, just being calm, knowing that there's no mistakes, that you can just trust your intuition and these, these nudges that you're getting from the universe, and just move through each experience with like an open heart and say, what is here for me? I may not understand why I feel compelled to do this, but I do. And so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to just see what's here, look around, have an experience, and keep moving on. Not everything has to be the exact right next step on your path. Not everything has to make sense to your brain. You don't have to map it all out, right? You can just take whatever next step feels right. And doing that in my life has led to so many wonderful experiences. And I'm happier. I'm not having this constant sense of worry and stress about, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right move? How can I make sure I know for sure that this is what I'm supposed to be doing? You can just say, I'm going to see what's here. I'm feeling compelled to do this. I'm having a little hit, a little nudge, and I'm going to move in this direction for a while and see where it takes me. And I'm open to that. That's the way you're aligning yourself with that miraculous energy, right? Where the universe does swoop in and make amazing things happen that you never could have possibly imagined. And that's the magic, right? Our brains are very limited. We think we know everything. We think we can figure it all out. But really, when we have access to this entire bigger energetic and spiritual world, our brains can take a break, right? And we can align with some of that energy where we're just being supported, where big things are happening that we can't anticipate or plan for, and just really enjoy that experience, enjoy the support and the magic of moving through your life, waiting for the next miracle. It's so much fun. So remember that you don't have to always understand why you feel compelled to do something. You don't always have to map out your next move. You can trust your intuition, you can trust your gut, and take the next step that feels right to you in the moment, even if you can't logically really figure out why it makes sense. I hope that's helpful for you today. I love this one. It gets me really inspired. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel better about life. I'm sure you can tell that because it gets me pumped up. So I hope you have a great Saturday. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.